Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. This is Tara Sewell, Internal Wholesaler. Today, we will be drawing for our March Madness giveaway. We will also welcome some guest speakers from Symetra. First things first, thank you. Thank you for your partnership, and we thank you for your business. Together, we protect families, their financial futures, and their legacies. Congratulations to our Christmas giveaway winner, Tom. He won a $500 Amazon gift card, and our runners up each received a $50 gift card. Thank you for your business. Today, the odds are in your favor. We have 5,847 tickets in our hat today, and the tickets have been shuffling. Man, it's been a great first quarter. One advisor on the call today will have their choice between a locking gun safe and a flat screen smart TV. Four runners up will each receive a $50 Amazon gift card. In order to win, you must have earned tickets, be pre-registered with your full name, and present on the webinar for the duration, and your name can only be drawn once. Before we get to our drawing, I would like to introduce our guest speakers from Symetra. Brad Mills and Daneyelle Schneider will show us how we can reach more clients with their Swift platform. Brad?
Thanks, Tara. Thanks so much for the financial markets team, Neil, Tara, and team. We are so excited about this partnership we've formed, and thanks so much for your time on WebEx land out there, everyone that's joining us. We're very excited to present to you our Swift Term and Swift Perm, so our Swift platform. And I have my esteemed colleague, Daneyelle Schneider, on the line. She is our Senior Underwriting Manager and Operations Manager over the whole Swift process. And sit tight, you'll hear some good stuff from Symetra. And just like March Madness, we're going to take you down to the Final Four. I love March Madness, my favorite time of year. So thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Tara. Thanks for the opportunity to come and talk about our Swift platform today through Symetra. SwiftTerm was built to reach more clients. It's a fast, easy, and automated process, and we want to share a little bit about that with you today. So it's easy for clients and advisors. Everything is electronically done. So clients complete their application on their own. They never have to do a tele-interview. There's no, advisor asking awkward questions. Instant issue is available for qualified applicants. 75% of our cases are going through without labs or needles or medical exams or APSs needed. Everything is e-signature and e-payment. You don't have to collect payment information. Once the customer is approved, they enter their payment information. We accept credit cards for both initial and reoccurring premiums for face amounts of $500,000 and under, and ACH for all other policies. There's e-contract delivery. The moment that the customer pays, their contract is available in their customer portal, and you as the advisor and financial markets as the BGA also get a copy of that completed contract. Swift is meant to serve a little bit younger demographic. So Swift is available between ages 20 and 60. You'll see we're very competitively priced for an automated process. Even for non-automated processes, we're in the top 1 to 3 when you run those quotes. The face amounts that we offer on Swift are from 1 million to 5 million. You'll see super preferred, preferred, standard, preferred nicotine, and standard nicotine. That is for both auto and accelerated approvals. But through our full underwriting path, we can go up to table 8. So a product built to serve more people. We have term durations of 10, 15, 20, and 30 year. We offer the accelerated death benefit for terminal illness on all contracts. That's an included rider, except for in the state of California where the rider is not offered. We also have optional riders of accidental death, children's term insurance, waiver of premium, and conversion is automatically included. Recently, we added our conversion enhancement rider. So this is a 4-fee optional rider that allows the customer to convert to any one of our great permanent products within the Symetra family suite of products. What this also does is it extends the conversion period number of years. So you'll see on the chart above, they can take their conversion enhancement rider, which allows 10 years of convertibility. And then with the included conversion privilege, they would have on a 15-year term an additional 5 years to use that CAUL conversion. On a 20-year, they have 20 years of convertibility, 10 to the broader selection of permanent products, and 10 to that CAUL. So a really nice way to give your customer a lot of different options when it comes to conversion. It's really well priced and can be quoted and added on the transaction center. So easy for advisors. This is very important on these transactional term cases, that we make the process as easy as possible. So automated from start to finish. The advisor completes the digital drop ticket on fmiAgent.com. So you go out to that transaction center and you submit a drop ticket. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes max. If you have entity owned and you have a lot of owners to add in or signers, it may take 10 minutes, but again, it's a very, very quick process. Once you enter the basic information there, the customer then gets an email letting them know that they're ready to start their part of the application. They have 30 days to do that. We will remind them multiple times and keep you up to date each step of the way as well. So the link is sent to them. They complete that at their convenience within those 30 days. Once they're done, everybody knows the path. So we'll talk about the paths in a second, from auto approved all the way to fully underwritten, same product, same pricing. So they complete that. You're going to get a copy of the completed application. Once the policy is approved, no matter any of those 3 paths, everybody gets an email. The customer gets their own email to go ahead and enter that payment information like we talked about and onboard. The online payment seals the deal. They're covered and they get a copy of their policy. So we talked about the 3 paths, or kind of touched on them. Automated, about 25% of our cases fall into this automated path, meaning they're immediately approved when they finish their application. That's as fast as they can fill out the app, as fast as they can be approved. So accelerated, that is a quick kick out to my team. Just probably need some human eyes on that, maybe a quick question to the applicant. Just some clarification generally is something the system can't quite interpret. That review happens between 24 and 72 hours by my team. And then we also do offer fully underwritten, and that's another 25% of the time. So you can see those first 2 paths where we don't need an APS or a traditional underwriting exam, 75% of the time that's what occurs. The fully underwritten, we are going to go ahead and order any requirements. If it goes fully underwritten, that does not mean automatically that labs and vitals and an APS are needed. We're only going to order what we need. We will do that ordering and do all the follow-up on those requirements, and we will partner with financial markets to get what's needed to get your client the offer that they deserve there. You can see that this is a recent example from one of our successful BGAs. For 2024, so we wanted to share some real numbers with you guys on how this product is going. Auto approved for this particular agency, 18%, light touch at 63%, and fully underwritten at 17.8%. Super preferred of 43% or 44%, excuse me, over here, 44.3%. Preferred in that 21 range and standard in the 29%. Those other categories are table rated in nicotine. So you can see that the process is working really well. Our approval percentage and placement percentage are in the high 80s, meaning that even if a policy goes through that fully under path, there's still very competitive offers that are getting placed there. Underwriting tools. So what do we use to get 75% of cases going through without traditional underwriting requirements? We use a process called Instant ID that helps during that drop ticket process we talked about, so that you will know if maybe the social security number's off, the date of birth, something like that. So making sure that's also an anti-fraud requirement. MIB, so this is any insurance activity in the last 7 years. MVR, very typical there. And then we have the prescription profile and medical diagnostic data. So we look at prescription history and insurance codes for the last 7 years. And we have a credit behavior score. So you see this TRL. It is not a credit score. We are not pulling their credit. It's not a ding on their credit profile. It is actually financial behavior that is tied into mortality, and that's a product we use through TransUnion. My favorite tool that we use is the lab picture tool. We get results from the last 7 years on labs completed with Quest Diagnostic, both insurance and clinical or PCP labs from the doctor. This allows us to put a lot of people through without getting new labs, insurance labs. So that's really nice. SwiftTerm pricing. You can see that this is as of January 24, 2025. We always say dark green is good. Those ones mean we're the best pricing in that area. A little sneak peek, we're going to see even lower rates in the very near future with Swift, but we're already very, very competitive. So not only are you having a great process for your customers that saves them time and allows them a lot of flexibility, but you're also giving them a very, very well priced product.
Daneyelle, I usually hop in here and say green
Yep,
is
that's
good, and
why I
there's
paused.
lots of ones and twos, and we're very excited to, and we're very committed to stay in those top 1, 2, or 3 category. And as you advisors know, I mean, once you start shopping term cases, 1, 2, and 3 could be peanuts difference in price. You know, maybe it's $1,000 versus $1,005 a year to secure coverage for your client. But basically, we're committed to doing so, and we think we have the best process as well as one of the best pricing models out there. If we were 15 on the spreadsheet and pricing, you'd probably say, "Oh, Brad, Daneyelle, process is great, but your pricing's horrible." So we're committed to being those top couple in pricing. So thank you.
Yeah, I think that's such a good point, Brad. When I think of, as an advisor, what you want to offer your client and yourself, right, is the best process that comes with excellent pricing. Where I think we also stand out is customer service. So we have a great team of well-trained underwriters that are there to support each step of the way. Sometimes when you get into this automated or algorithmic type underwriting, there can be a lot of questions that can't be answered. The nice thing is that we have a dedicated team of underwriters there to answer any questions as well. So you're kind of getting the trifecta there. Okay, so we liked SwiftTerm so much. As we rolled into our 4th year of SwiftTerm, we're just hitting our 4th year. We decided last year to put a permanent product in this portfolio or on this platform. So we chose our League Leading Protector IUL product. So already a great product to put on this chassis of the process for Swift. So great product, put it on the Swift process. So same thing, the agent does a drop ticket. The nice thing about the drop ticket process for Swift Protector, so this is a permanent product, you can actually input an illustration ID. So rather than running an illustration and doing all the signatures and the back and forth and then submitting it and having it not be in good order, for example, you simply input the illustration ID when you're doing the drop ticket for Swift Protector. It populates all the information for you. So it really cuts down on the drop ticket time, right? You don't have to take the things off the illustration and the index strategies and all of that and move it over to the drop ticket process. It imports all of those things for you. And then this process is very similar to SwiftTerm. The customer gets their customer interview to complete all their life and health questions. And once they're done, it's going to go one of those 3 paths. If needed, it will go to my team for review. The nice thing that we added with Swift Protector is you do have the option to stop after approval. So with SwiftTerm, once your customer is approved, they immediately get an email letting them place that term coverage in force, right? Not a lot of complexity with the term. It's a simple, how many years am I covered for? We know that there's more complexity with a permanent product. And therefore, we give you the opportunity to say, hey, I want you to pause and not send this offer to my client because I want to go resell it. We might want to change some things. We might want a revised illustration. You get an email, same thing. When you're ready for us to send that approval to your customer, you simply let us know via that email. If you want to revise the illustration, you put in a new illustration ID and we'll issue the policy with those changes as you advise through that illustration. So same as Swift, have issue ages 20 to 60, and face amounts from 100,000 to 3 million. Swift term goes up to 5 million, and eventually we'll get there with Swift Protector as well, but this is our first iteration of the product. One of the great benefits that are included, an optional rider that's included with Swift Protector, is our Chronic Care Advantage rider. This is a little bit mind-blowing in an auto or accelerated, to me, I guess, that the Chronic Care Advantage rider is an optional rider, but it can be auto approved. So you'll see it says additional underwriting is required. What that really means is there's a couple extra questions that'll come on that customer interview when you've chosen this rider for you, or your customer has chosen this rider, but it can still go through that auto approved process. So this rider allows the policy owner to choose to access either 50 or 100% of the policy death benefit to help cover medical costs, replace lost income, or whatever else may be needed. We are leading in the industry here on no restrictions on the use of funds, and we make it very easy for them to access those funds at the time that they need that. So there's no, how many ADLs, that sort of thing. They have the choice of 2 payout options, the 2% rider benefit balance or 4%. The monthly benefit cannot exceed the IRS per diem limit, and times 30. So it's available at application for an additional cost. It cannot be added later for obvious reasons. The issue ages are between still 20 to 60 years old. And we talked about the additional underwriting. It's a couple questions. The acceleration of the death benefit will reduce the base policy death benefit.
Daneyelle, I wanted to hop in real quick here. I was super surprised we could offer this on an instant and automated basis. Basically, this is, to the folks in the WebEx group, this is basically your robust chronic care rider, very similar to a LTC type claim. So 2 to 6 ADLs or severe cognitive impairment. And we're the good guy on this because it's cash indemnity, no receipts needed. So if you need more information on this, contact Financial Markets and your dedicated internal wholesaler there. But basically, we can do this on our Swift platform. So not only do we have the Swift term to get your instant and easy issue term policies off your plate, but we can do a nice Protector IUL on our league leading low cost IUL structure and add a robust chronic care rider as well.
Okay, so coming in next, Swift platform tips. The advisor must be pre-appointed. The reason for that is, you probably saw on one of our first slides, I think our record is 14 minutes from the time the agent started the drop ticket till the time a customer had a policy in their customer portal. Obviously, we need to ensure that we can pay you, and that's very important. Tara will give you some more information on that at the end of our presentation on how you can work with Financial Markets to get that done if you're interested in writing on the Swift platform. Ensure the drop ticket information is accurate. There's no editing once you submit that to the customer. Most of the time we can make changes on our end, but it's not going to change what the customer sees when they're filling out that app. So ensuring the drop ticket information is accurate is really important. The applicant has 30 days to complete their web-based interview. We cannot extend that. And the reason for that is that we lock in age at drop ticket. And so we don't extend beyond that 30 days, but we send them 9 reminders in that time to complete their web-based interview. And you're going to be kept up to date with that too, so you can give them a gentle nudge if it's getting towards the end of time and of the 30 days and they have not done that yet. There are separate emails to the advisor and applicant upon approval. And the reason for that is compliance driven. So we don't require any delivery receipts or anything like that. The applicant has a unique link that allows them to create their customer portal and to go ahead and pay for that coverage. You, as the advisor, get an email along with financial markets letting you know how the customer's been approved, what the premium amounts are, and those kinds of details. You'll also be copied or made aware every time we're sending a reminder for payment. They also have 30 days to accept coverage. This is where we have a little more flexibility. We do try to keep that sense of urgency for the customer in those email reminders to go ahead and pay for that coverage and place it in force. But as the advisor, if you let us know or financial markets lets us know that we need an extension for whatever reason, we have a lot of flexibility on the approval part. Policy changes should be requested prior to placing the policy in force. Once it's in force, there's no contract change on Swift. So if your customer wants to, increase their term duration, their face amount, if they need to remove an optional rider or something like that, we of course can do that with the very simple Adobe signed amendment, but we do need to know that before placing the policy in force. All requirements are ordered by Symetra. You can sit back and relax. If we need an exam or labs or an APS, we're going to order that, and we're going to work with financial markets to ensure that we're doing the follow-up on our side and letting them know where it's at and getting those requirements in. The SwiftTerm Extra Coverage Program. I love this program. I think it is a really nice option when you have somebody that needs some perm and term coverage for maybe a little bit smaller amounts. So the current total line with this is $2 million. The combined term and perm coverage. So how it works is when somebody's been approved for SwiftTerm and they need some permanent coverage, within 30 days of placing their SwiftTerm policy in force, we can offer an additional amount of coverage up to that 2 million on any of our great Symetra permanent products. So the Protector, Accumulator VUL, or IUL. They can choose to apply for that. We do need a full application, but there's no additional underwriting. So it's a really nice program. And Financial Markets has information on this that they can share with you if this is something that would be appropriate for one of your clients. Everybody likes examples, and so we wanted to share this one. Miss Kirkpatrick is a 29-year-old teacher who applied for Swift Protector, so our permanent product, for $1.5 million at Super Preferred. On 9/19, the agent completed the drop ticket and submitted an illustration ID and chose not to re-review the coverage if it was approved as illustrated. So they said, here's my illustration. If this is approved the way I've illustrated here, I don't need to see it again. Just send Ms. Kirkpatrick the offer. On the same day, she was able to complete her application and she was auto-approved immediately after application completion at preferred rates. So a little bit other than applied, not as illustrated. We let the agent know via email. They were able to submit a revised illustration on 9/22, and approval emails were immediately sent to the customer. So they ran the illustration. They didn't have to have Ms. Kirkpatrick sign it. They simply submitted the new updated revised illustration to us. And all of a sudden, with the onboarding for her, she was able to sign the updated illustration. She accepted her coverage on the 23rd and paid via her portal, and her policy was immediately generated. So 4 days on a 29-year-old for 1.5 million on a permanent policy, including a revised illustration process. Again, the competitive snapshot. So we always want to make sure that your customers are getting the best pricing possible. You can see this competitive snapshot. Brad, I know you like to share a little bit here, so I'll let
Sure.
you
No,
speak to
it's
this.
great. I mean, so this is basically some of our competitors in the protection IUL space. Um, and basically, when vetting a product, I think it's really important that there's a few columns in mind here. The length of the guarantee, cash value protection or potential buildup, as well as the 20-year cumulative cost. I always tout that we have a low charge IUL structure. So reason that's very important is because if you get a 0 year or a cap out year, all those charges are coming out. So we really think we have a sustainable product, even if the market's up or down in your index accounts. And of course, I love the last couple columns. No one else has fully digital experience or instant coverage. But as you can see, we're very competitive in premium, charge structure, and cash value buildup. Oh, and this, we have a good target premium relative to our competition as well. So that's always good to get paid on target premium, a good target premium.
Thanks, Brad. Okay, Tara.
It really is a great option when you're looking to simplify the application and underwriting process. And if you are interested in getting contracted and pre-appointed, you can request that with your internal wholesaler, or you can go on to fmiAgent.com under contracting and request that in SureLC. Processing contracting time, last time I spoke with Holly Brown, the contracting is pretty typical, about 7 to 10 business days. I did have one advisor last fall, he was contracted in 7 days. So swift all around. So thank you, Brad and Daneyelle. So if you have a case, we look forward to helping you with that next case, and certainly take a look at the Swift platform. So today is our drawing. Let's get to our first finalists. We are going to pull up our hat here. And we have 5,847 tickets in the hat. Let me give it one last shuffle. And we will draw our first finalist, and Neil Sperling's on the call with us today. He's going to help me verify who's on the call. Our first finalist, Wayne Braytag, with 180 tickets in the hat. Is Wayne on the call today?
Wayne, excuse me, Wayne is on the call. Congratulations, Wayne.
Thank you, Wayne, for being on today's call. You are our first finalist. Let's draw for our second finalist. Todd Ringian with 70 tickets. Is Todd on today's call?
He's taking a look here. And Todd is on the call.
Congratulations, Todd. You are one of our 5 finalists for our drawing today. Now, keep an eye on your mailboxes. The newest edition of FMI Pathfinder magazine is being mailed today. This magazine shows you all of our products, the riders, a lot of helpful articles. So check your mailboxes here in the next week. Let's draw our next 2 finalists. This is our third finalist. Cliff Cross, 12 tickets in the hat. Is Cliff on the call today?
Taking a look here. And Cliff is on the call.
Congratulations, Cliff. Thank you for being on the call. And now we are looking for our 4th finalist. Ben Ward with 4 tickets. Is Ben on the call?
I don't see him. Let me take a double check here. Ben is not on the call.
Okay, let's draw again. We're looking for our 4th finalist. Lisa Ware, 242 tickets. Lisa on the call.
And Lisa is on the call.
Thank you, Lisa, for your business, and thank you for being on the call today. You're our 4th finalist. Now, annuity applications just got easier. You can experience faster sales, reduce your not in good order applications, and elevate your productivity. You now have access to Firelight on fmiAgent.com. You'll first click on Advisor Tools, then Forms and Applications, then FMI Firelight. This will bring up the Firelight platform, and you will start a new application. Anything in Firelight that is marked red is a required field. What's nice about this platform is it tells you how far your progress is, and it will also show you if there are any errors. Reach out to your internal wholesaler. We would love to help you streamline your e-applications for your annuity sales. On to our 5th finalist. So far, we have four finalists: Wayne Breetag, Todd Ringian, Cliff Cross, and Lisa Ware. And we are looking for our fifth finalist. Brian Joggers with 102 tickets. Is Brian on the call today?
Brian is on the call.
Congratulations, Brian. You are our fifth finalist for our March Madness drawing. Now, with as little as $1 million in annuity premium or $30,000 in life premium, you could qualify for our next cruise. Neil, would you help us out and tell us a little bit more about this cruise?
You bet. Well, thank you, and congratulations to those in the finalist of the drawing here, and thanks to Daneyelle and Brad for sharing the Swift process with us. If you're doing those transactional term cases, what a great platform they have. I think you'll really enjoy that. Hey, again, with as little as $1 million of annuity premium or $30,000 of paid annualized life premium or any combination thereof, you and a guest could be on your way to the next amazing FMI agent trip. We will discover the Pacific Coast with a unique cruise itinerary. Join us for an unforgettable cruise up the Pacific Coast aboard the magnificent Royal Caribbean Serenade of the Seas from Tuesday, May 5th, 2026 through Sunday, May 10th of 2026. Immerse yourself in the natural beauty of the Pacific Coast while enjoying gourmet cuisine or relaxing by the pool. On our stops, you may want to visit Seattle's Space Needle for a 360-degree view of the city, explore historic landmarks in Vancouver, British Columbia, and possibly explore the picturesque Bouchard Gardens in Vancouver. We look forward to helping you throughout this year to get you qualified. As always, thank you for your business. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Tara Sewell to draw the grand prize winner.
All right, I've got our names shuffling here. And we are going to draw our finalist. There we go. Cliff Cross with 12 tickets. Congratulations, Cliff. You have won the FMI Agent March Madness drawing. We will be contacting you for your choice of a smart TV or a locking gun safe. And congratulations to our 4 runners-up. Our summer giveaway is now underway. For every application you submitted between March 24th, which was Monday, and July 3rd, you will earn tickets for our live drawing on July 10th. You will receive 1 ticket for every application submitted, and you will receive double tickets for every application with our premier carriers. We have our premier life carriers listed on the screen now. You will also receive triple tickets for every case placed by July 3rd. Our winner will have a choice of a smokeless solo stove or your choice of a Galaxy Watch or Apple Watch. Thank you for your time today, and thank you for your partnership and for your loyalty. We'll see you next time. Have a beautiful day.